Good morning, guys. This is quote Padre John Ruffle, and I use that moniker Padre because I'm actually a retired Padre from the RAF APC 39F Squadron, and on Remembrance Sunday this year, I realised that I'm a part of that. Not only was my father Lieutenant in the Royal Navy during World War II, and I'm very proud of the service he gave to our country and his commitment to God during that time. He basically said, Lord, I want to save life, not take life. And so he was assigned to Minesweeper Squadron throughout World War II, and indeed he was a lifesaver both in natural and spiritual. So thank you. In this month of November, we're coming to a close of now. I thank God for my father and mother, and also for your father and mother, because even if you never knew them, you did have a father and mother, and however they treated you, you did have that, even if they never met you after birth. And that brings me to a topic which is something that's very close to my heart, because as a lad I was sexually abused, not once but by two main different scenarios. And when you get abused by more than one person, you think there's something wrong with yourself. When you get abused at all, you think there's a grooming that goes on. It's like, hey, you're a great guy, come on over. And this grooming process is a terrible, monstrous, false flag, and it leads almost always to some of the most horrendous stories that are locked in our hearts. And the story of what happened to me when I was a kid was locked in my heart for most of my ministry life. Because I was indeed not only a padre, but more importantly, really, I suppose, I was a padre to the streets. And I have done decades of street ministry and so forth, and I've worked professionally with ex-offenders and with people on bail, in bail hostels and probation centres and so forth. And I've taught English for many years to students who, for one reason or another, were failing. And so that's been the hallmark of my life, is people, ministering to people, trying to help people where they are at. And a few years ago, I came in contact with a wonderful man who's now a close friend of mine, John Slater, and he, with others in Barnstable and Exeter here in England, run an incredible recovery group called Momentum. And Momentum, it's for men, and it's a momentum bringing people into a safe haven where they can explore recovery. But I'm very aware of the fact that for so many decades of my life, although I thought I was free, there was this part of me that I was terrified of. I was terrified of anybody knowing about. And it was this dark secret of the shame of having been abused, the shame of not being normal, the shame of my sexuality. And Momentum, I've attended two of their workshops. They have 3-day workshops, usually annually. I've attended 2 of them and received so much healing through them. More than that, it's the fellowship with these other men with different backgrounds, diverse views, diverse opinions, diverse lifestyles. The point is that we all have a journey, and we can all help one another on that journey of recovery. It's not about, what happened when, write down this, that, and the other thing, what's your date of birth, all this stuff. Forget all that. It's a group of men who We call ourselves the Trust Brothers when we meet on Zoom each week. We're the Trust Brothers because the level of trust and confidentiality and camaraderie that there is, even on Zoom meetings, because they're down in the south of England, I'm in the Midlands, is phenomenal. So I want to recommend the Ministry of Momentum to you. It's all faith and none. It's not specific. Everyone is welcome, regardless of your identity, regardless of your background, regardless of what you've done, regardless of your tradition, your sexual orientation, anything like that. These questions are not asked. You're free to share as much or as little as you feel comfortable. It's about what makes you feel comfortable. And yeah, okay, I'm not ashamed to say that I am a follower of Jesus Christ, but I also respect everyone regardless of who they are. And so we're looking right now, or I'm looking right now, in mentoring people in the Midlands who wish to explore that dark spaces in confidentiality, and I'm open to hear from anyone in the West Midlands, but I'd also recommend that you give Momentum a call. Even if you don't want to call me, call Momentum. I'm going to give you the phone number. It's 07773 151 080. And it says here, Momentum is a peer support group for non-offending adult male survivors of childhood sexual abuse. We meet as equals for support and to gain a better understanding of ourselves and to share information and resources. And they're doing absolutely mind-boggling work in the Exeter, Devon region, and I've been down there and I know these guys face to face. I've met John Slater on numerous occasions. He's a good friend of mine. I thank God for him. I think there might be, just go to that. The website is, if you put Momentum men's recovery into Google, it will probably come up. This leaflet isn't focusing and it's 3 years old. I'll give you the phone number here. There it is. 07773 151 080. So I hope that's been helpful to you because they've helped me a lot. When you call them, you'll actually get a voicemail and it'll say, do you want to leave your details for a call back? Is it okay to call you back? And they'll only call you back if you want them to call you back. It's basically so that you're not feeling at all pressured. It's not about pressure. These are life-sensitive issues. And it's not easy. I remember the first time I came out in the open, I was with a group of pastors, and I thought I got something to say. And in tears, I told them. And I felt like a complete fool, but also felt relief. But after the meeting, remember, this was religious leaders I was speaking to. Immediately after the meeting, 3 women came up to me, and at least one of them was a pastor's wife. And they were all there because they're connected with the leadership of Interchurch group in London, England. 3 women came up to me, and all 3 of them independently said how hearing me speak released them to tell me that they'd been abused as a kid by an uncle or by whoever it was. And I realized at that point that this is something I can't keep to myself. I have to share it because there's tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of men and women in this country, millions, who have been abused. And it's not about revenge. It's about healing. It's not about following this, that, or the other thing. It's about finding the direction for your life that will bring healing and comfort and strength to you. And I want to say that I'm here to help you. I'm here to be quiet with you. I'm here to pray with you if you wish prayer. And together we can do this journey, and we can make the lives of tens of thousands of men so much more authentic and fuller when we come to terms with, when we face our past, the pain, the agony, the loneliness, the fear, the false guilt that keeps us locked inside. And I'm not saying, hey, whenever you talk to me, you've got to tell me all of your inner secrets. No, it's completely on a basis of what you feel is right to share at any given moment in time. But I would like to make a little prayer in closing this for our brothers in the Midlands and wherever you are listening. May the Lord Jesus bring comfort and strength to your heart and healing, and may you know his peace now and forever. Amen. Thank you, guys. God bless you. I want to give you my phone number, but because it's my private phone number, I don't have a filtering system, and this video might be going out all over the place. I'm not really at liberty to do that. You can get me on Facebook, John E. Ruffle, and you can send me a message and tell me that you've watched this video, and you can comment below as well. So thank you so much. God bless you.